Can Battlefront really save Star Wars? Welcome to our brand new series, A Game for Your Thoughts, and today we're going to talk about Battlefront. Now, Battlefront has obviously got this huge resurgence in gaming, and it's led me to ask the question, can it save the Star Wars franchise? Can it actually bring Star Wars back in the limelight? And that's what we're here to talk today. We're seeing the resurgence of Battlefront 2 and everybody playing Battlefront, and obviously everybody begging for a Battlefront 3. I was really thinking to myself, what could this do for the Star Wars franchise itself? As we've been looking at it for the past couple years, it's been not so good when it comes to the Star Wars as a franchise. From the terrible video games to controversial TV shows, it really seems like as a Star Wars fan, we're not really getting anything that makes me happy. You can even see, we're back over here on this side. I have an ungodly amount of Star Wars paraphernalia, Legos, and, seeing everybody come back to Battlefront 2 and begging for a Battlefront 3 has really made my heart happy. But is it something that will actually happen? Is it something that is actually going to make Star Wars better? And I think the reality of the situation is that we're not going to get it, at least not for some time. We're talking about Battlefront series. EA messed it up so bad that, they totally put their hands off of it and went away. Now, seeing the resurgence has definitely made me think hey, and let everybody know that there's a need for good Star Wars games, and let alone good Star Wars IP or ideas that can really bring it to the next level. In my opinion, it would be really cool to not only see, everything spanning within the Skywalker saga, but also expand more into the Old Republic. I think that the Old Republic is something that we haven't gotten a lot of when it comes to Star Wars content. I can't believe that from all the rumors and everything that the next thing that's going to be for Star Wars is going to be the High Republic. It's man, what are we thinking here, guys? Could you imagine a Battlefront game, right? We have a Battlefront game where we're creating, not only, the Skywalker saga, but also the Old Republic. You're thinking all I could think about is the video games like Korriban and all these other places where you're just having battles of your Sith versus, your Jedi, and your good versus evil, and, it's almost like Jedi mode. But could you imagine, just imagine, for Battlefield 3, right? You not only have Skywalker Saga, but then you also have you got the Old Republic, right? And if cool, whatever, you want to do the New Republic, fine. But in my opinion, the next step forward for Star Wars would be to obviously finish up what we already have and then bring back the Old Republic. With the Old Republic, it's not only one of probably the most largest thing that everyone's asking for of that era, but also the video game itself. How much hype was there around, the remake for Star Wars Old Republic and Star Wars Old Republic 2? I probably have put in over 1,000 hours on each of those games, just replaying and replaying and replaying because of how awesome not only those games were, but that timeline is. Now, when we're imagining a Battlefield 3, right, we could easily go with, like I said, the Skywalker saga, the Old Republic, and you could have, obviously, the Old Republic only be, you create your own Jedi, right? You have a character creator. As you level up, you get different abilities and stuff. But I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know if that could happen. I don't know if that's really where Lucasfilms and really Disney wants to go with this thing. What I would really like to see is that happen, but in the reality, I don't think that it's going to save Star Wars. I don't think that the IP is going to get the love that it needs. Dave Filoni obviously has done some really good things with the Mandalorian series, and now they're coming out with a movie. But it even seems like the Mandalorian series and the Endor series that we're not getting, we're oh, this is a good idea, this is great, let's expand from here. and it's just a big letdown. I mean, let's put in perspective, Endor Season 1 was absolutely a pinnacle for me, made by some great freaking people, and then all of a sudden we're going to throw a different director in there, and, it's not as good, and it's controversial, and it doesn't give me that same Star Wars cool vibe. And so at the end of the day, I don't think that, first of all, I don't think EA is going to land it. I don't think EA is going to land it. I mean, when you're looking at everything that they've done so far, between the new Jedi game, the Fallen Order game, how they did the Battlefront 2 originally, how they went ahead and released the Outlaws game, I don't trust EA anymore. It's almost like people don't understand what is good, or what we want. I feel like for us as gamers, it's been one of those years where it's been crazy highs and super bad lows. And that's just something that, has just been, I feel like, the past few years. It's either we get, crazy indies that, like, hit it off the map and do something crazy, and all of our greatest IPs that we've all grown up in love with, including Star Wars, it's just been, like, dragged through the mud. There's no seem to be any love, any passion for these games or these ideas, or how to make it look good without throwing some freaking stuff in your face that you didn't even want. Bro, when I think about Star Wars, I think about the fight of good and evil, right? The ultimate struggle of power for the fate of the universe. And some are on the bad side, some are on the good side, and you get to choose. And obviously in the movies, good triumphs and everything of that nature, but that inherent struggle in Star Wars is something that I think works really well. I mean, it's one of the oldest tropes in the world, but I mean, red, blue, Jedi, Sith. It's one of those things that works tremendously, and I just don't understand why, when you see numbers like Battlefront, right? When you see numbers like Battlefront 2, where out of nowhere, hey, we won a good game. Especially after the complete fail of Battlefield 2042, honestly, it makes the DICE engine look pretty dang good. I mean, getting back into the game and playing for hours and hours and hours has really taught me that, man, like, the DICE engine is not bad. It actually looks pretty good, compared to Unreal Engine, and why would we not get another game in that? So at the end of the day, do I really think that Battlefront is going to save the Star Wars? I don't think it will. I think it will have to take a huge change of what the vision is for Star Wars going forward. Because, I mean, what I would love to see is us go back to the Old Republic, huge battles, great choreography. I mean, dude, find the guys that did the choreography for freaking Lord of the Rings or something, and then huge battles, cool, some CGI, I don't care. Bring the guys back from the prequels of, fighting with the lightsabers, because the new stuff is just terrible, right? Bring some of the older guys in, put in the Old Republic era, Jedi versus Sith, let it go rampant. And I think if we did that, if you made a video game, guys, EA, if for the love of God you're listening, or anybody, if you made that video game, made it coincide with Disney making that movie of doing the Old Republic. I mean, if we're really going to go with this new High Republic stuff, fine, well then let's do that. Let's do that. Coincide the game with the High Republic. It makes sense. I mean, the High Republic stuff's not going to be out for a couple years, and you guys could just release it at the same time, get your stuff together, and make it happen. If you can at least seem competent enough to do that, then maybe they'll be competent enough to actually bring us better Star Wars. Because at this point, as a Star Wars fan, it's very disappointing, and I really hope that we're able to see some good things come out of it in the next upcoming years. It's just great to see Battlefront 2, make a comeback, and everybody enjoying it, even myself, and having a great time doing it. So, guys, this is a game. This is our new series, A Game for Your Thoughts. Let me know what you think about Battlefront 2. Should they make a Battlefront 3 series? And do you think that this will actually make a difference for Star Wars itself? And if you think you'll really do anything. So, thank you so much, guys. And I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great one.